Welcome to Chevening Scholarship channel. It has been a while that I've not published anything, and I think it's not fair that I keep on silence while you guys are going for the interview. So, welcome to this channel. So, I'm back, and as you all guys know, I'm in the UK right now. I'm doing my master's program. It's been funny, a lot of mixed emotions. I cannot explain in just this video alone. So all I can just offer to you guys is the fact that I'm now kind of a little established and comfortable to record videos in the following days. I'm going to start bringing a lot more of content for you guys. And today I'm just bringing something not surprising, but you might know. I'm bringing about the 2025 Chevening Interview Secret Questions Part 1. I know you guys will enjoy a lot more about this because what I'm trying to give to you is a bit of understanding what is behind the questions and how you guys have to address them and how you should look at those questions. And apart from that, I'm going to do this in a two different sections. In this section, as I'll look only in one part of the questions, that's why you can see here it comes like part one, and then we'll have part two in the following days, so that you guys can get ready. I know next week people will start facing interviews. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and please subscribe if you're new. And I'm telling this story from an experience. As you guys know, I won Chevening twice, but I accepted the second time. So it's not something you have to take for granted because I'm trying to bring things that really work, and I'll bring a bit of how you should address them, how you should understand the question, and what matters in each and every question the partner is going to throw to you. It's not for you to panic, and it's not for you to just stay focused or have memorized answers. So here we go. I'm bringing some questions today. Following section, I'm bringing another question, other questions. So here we go. First question. Okay, so the first question here we might have in our interview or in the day is, and you guys need to know that in these questions, I just didn't invent them. They are coming out of more than 30 interview, or I did with many people who have succeeded, and the combination of the questions I produced, um, 15 questions maximum that are across were across almost everyone who went through the interview. So you need to get ready for this. So number one would be a bit of you describing this. Can you describe a situation where you had to demonstrate a leadership? So you know, Chevening, it's kind of something of leaders, something of aspirant leaders who want to serve their countries, people who want to give back. So you need, in one way or the other, to address question and thinking of that, thinking around your leadership qualities and skills. So when coming to this question, all you need to understand is the fact that you need to understand that leadership is the key quality for Chevening Scholar. So if you are not a Chevener, if you're not a leader, so forget about this scholarship, because they will see how you have performed in the past related to this um, element. So you need to make sure you bring them how you have performed your leadership skills, either resolving a conflict or because you had to fill the gap that you've just encountered in your workplace, in your life, during university, or in your community. It's not leadership of a scaling potential position in a job. It's about how do you address life issues, life situations that might come out. How do you address them? So you need to reflect a moment in your life that you had, for example, you had to lead a team, or you had to appear in between a conflict and provided your understanding, and how that inspired other people, or how did that action drove to other people's behavioral changing. So it is this question where you're going to accommodate all your practicality in conflict resolution, peace management, or any other area. This is the first question. You might not have it in this way, but it will be there. They will need to verify how you do with your leadership skills. So you need to be ready for that. The following question is going to be studying. Here it says UK education is stressful. Fact. This is fact. Why is it stressful? It's a 1 year master's, a full time. It might feel a little bit of awkward or something. You feel like it's kind of like relaxing because you do have a lot more of resources, then you don't have problem. No, that's not true. It is stressful. It is time consuming. You need to be ready. And they say the UK education is stressful, and Chevening has many scholars. How will you manage your time effectively? So here they want to know how do you deal with time management? How do you deal with prioritization? How do you deal with, for example, stressful assignment that you need to submit? You need to deal with a lot more of things, and the universities here are demanding. They want you to show that you are a good leader who knows what comes first, what is necessary, what is important, what is, let's say, optional. So knowing it, it's better for you to know how to manage your time. So it's very essential also for life balance, for you to network and for your personal growth. So you need to show those strategies related to prioritization, scheduling, the way you take your self-care, what do you do to manage your time effectively, and remember to address the question fully. It says education is stressful. There's this key word, stress. And then also it says managing time. So how do you collaborate these two things? Pressure and time. So it's very important. Let's go to the third question. So here we will focus on inspiration. We people are the products of other people, you know, in one way or the other. We are product of inspiration. So here you need to think of someone who you consider to be a leader, and you don't need to just mention that person. Your partner might not know the person you are mentioning. So what matters to this question is to make sure you choose someone who has values that reflect you, or you have some mirror in those people. And one way to do this might be the way that you can, for example, mention someone in your area. If you want a simple example, let's say you're working on peace building. You need to you need to think of people who you know, or you have heard, or you have read their um, publishing articles, or their work, professional work, and how has that contributed, and how has that impacted you and your perception of leadership, and how have their style influenced your way of viewing life. So it's very crucial at this stage. You have to prove that. You have to show them by telling this, mentioning the person, his quality, how do they reflect you, and maybe how has it made you change to become the person you are, who wants to drive people to change or to a behavioral um, advancement in a certain area. So let's go to our fourth question. So how would you use your time in the UK besides your studies? Remember, being in the UK is not all about just study. It is about study, but not just about studies. What do I mean is you will need to have some extra practice of other things. So you needed to explore here, how do you connect your country and the UK? So in this question, you need to try to reflect on the monumental buildings that are here, the monumental places, unique infrastructure, and how do you want to enjoy viewing that, and how can you relate that with your own country? So it is this question that wants you to look at this balance between academics and also the exposure to the culture. because what this scholarship also is trying to bridge is the idea of relationship, having connection between the people of other country with the United Kingdom. So they want to have this continuous and mutual understanding by programs like this one. This is an exchanging program where you bring in your culture to the academics or to the community where you'll be inserted. So that they want you to explain how are you thinking you want to involve yourself into life outside school. So you need to make sure you show that I am ready to immerse myself into the British culture, into the UK culture. I want to understand how these people behave, how the, um, let's say, the temperature, the season shape people's life. And I want to understand how the sport is and how people are so engaged with it. So it's this place where you have to address the question and make sure your answer is consistent and it's naturally produced. You need to make sure you're not speaking as a robot, but yes, you are producing something consistent, something you know, because they are assuming that you have done some sort of research and without looking at German, US, Japan, or any other country, you chose UK for possibly something potential to you. So it is this moment you will have to prove that they are not wrong for picking you to the interview stage. And the next question is going to be networking. You know, networking is really, really, really something important. Because if you don't know how to network, you are, let me assume it, bad leader. So what they want here is they want you to prove that by being here, you're not only studying, you're not only involving into the culture, but you are finding people who are interesting in your field or in any other field who you think would be beneficial to you upon completion of your master or of your program. These could either be in your class, within your university, within your department, or in the conferences where you'll be. Because Chevening is going to prepare a lot more of events that will allow you to connect with many people around Chevening. So you will have the events that will be online, some will be in person, some will be through volunteering. So they want you to show at some point how do you intend to prove that you are a good networking um, builder and you do that successfully and that you can maintain that in the long run, because these people that you find them, they might be working in the various areas, so they will be the ones enabling you to expand your horizons related to your professional and personal growth. So you have to prove it. How do you build and how do you maintain? So that is very crucial for professionals, leaders, and as a person. That's very crucial. Okay, so let's go to the next question, which is how do you handle diversity? UK is one of these countries that diversity is the core point. You find people coming from every corner of the world. You find Africans, Asians, Americans, European from many countries, and you will need to know how to adapt so you can be a valuable person in a society. People are not living in an island, in an isolated um, place. It's scientific that people, although there are some other experience that prove that animals can be sociable, but we people have this very good, let's say, gift of socializing ourselves, which means you will need to prove how do you deal with the diversity when you come across those people who cannot handle you. So you need to explain how do you do that. But mind yourself that you will need to be, respect people, be open, and respect people's opinion, listen more, and avoid being judgmental, and be empathetic. So you will need to explain this when dealing with the question of diversity, that I am good at this, and I think I will be willing to learn more and be empathetic to different people from different countries. So that might be a way you can approach this question, by showing that you have done that in the past. And also you can give you clear examples if you have been through a different exposure of people. If in your class you have people that have different backgrounds, and how did you deal with that? So take that as an example, because example is a very good illustrative way to prove that you are good at these elements. So that might be very, very beneficial. So here we go to the uh, career plans. Very important question. This is kind of like you just echoing what you have written in your essays. What are your plan in medium term plan, long term plan, or short term plan? You might not be very specific, but you need to prove them that you're not coming here to study in the UK and then go to just sit. You need to make some contribution. You might be, even if you don't have a clear plan, a short term plan, you might be volunteering or exploring research internship to make sure you don't keep stuck, and then that you can benefit your community as you have promised in your essay. So this is what they want to know, that this person is clearly outlined to take this approach to give back to his community. So they want to know your values in the long term, and in the medium term, how are you planning to contribute or continue your professional field. So, guys, thank you so much. This is all I had for today, and I hope you guys have enjoyed it a lot. And if you have questions related to this video, I would be more than happy to respond to some of them. Remember, we give coaching whenever you want it. We do have a Facebook, WhatsApp group. We have a Facebook page, and I just want you guys to just continue following. Remember, tomorrow or in 2 days we will be publishing the second part. Today I just published 7 questions, which possibly I might post them in the description so you can think of them as part of your preparation. That would be very, very much beneficial. So for today, thank you and goodbye.